Hey everyone, my name is Georgia and welcome to my IJR candidate Q&A. So number one, I think that the IJR is a face for people to understand the scale of junior branch. So for example, someone locally might understand what an LJR is, and then they can be told that there's an NJR and IJR, and that way they understand the scale of junior branch and where they might see themselves participating in the future. I think that the IJR also is a person to just hear questions, complaints, giving advice to local and national JBers. I also think it's really important for the IJRs to take those questions, requests for advice and stuff like that, and then keep them in mind when they're representing local and national JBers, which is really the purpose, in things like meetings, creating projects, even in their everyday life. Right now, I think that there's always room for improvement for influencing and representing national and local JBers. I think that we can set expectations at events like IJBC for local and national JBers to expect how often they can, expect to hear from IJB or IJRs, as well as I think that the IJRs can group common needs from these requests for advice and complaints and stuff like that, and come up with solutions. For example, a large multi-chapter NA does not have the same needs as a single chapter NA. So overall, I would say that I work best when I'm super busy. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I'm hoping it makes sense to some of you. Obviously, the role of IJR is a huge commitment, and I would also be working full-time, but that is really the environment that I work best in. And if I were to use one word to describe my working style, I would say that I'm very versatile, in terms of who I work with and the nature of the work that I do. I would say that I work best when I have a large scope of people that I work with and things that I do. So for example, working with a lot of different committees and having to respond to various groups of people and overseeing various groups of people would be the environment that I work best in, which is why the roles of LJR and NJR appealed to me so much, and I think that's where I thrive the most. And I think that IJR is the best, logical next step for me, maybe over other positions in CISV, just because they work with so many different people and do so many different things. That's how I work best. And then in terms of the nature of the work I do, I work better when I have emails to respond to, and then meetings to attend, and stuff to do in person, and giving advice to this specific person, and meeting with a lot of different people. That is by far how I work best. And I would say that as a person, I have a good understanding of my limitations, and when I say that I'm going to commit to something, it gets done, which is obviously really important for a role like International Junior Representative. Okay, I would kiss 4-hour-long meetings because definitely not my favorite, but sometimes they're necessary, and at least if I kiss them, it's only once, and then it's done. I can get through one 4-hour-long meeting. If that, for the rest of my life, totally fine. I would marry meetings that could have been an email. Although they're really annoying, at least they're short, and I could probably deal with that for the rest of my life. And there are some benefits. You maybe reduce miscommunication and stuff like that, so I'm gonna marry that. But far and away, I would kill people taking over a week to respond to a when to meet. Because that's literally only step one in the process of planning a meeting. It's not even getting anything done, really. It's just wasting time, being please respond to my when to meet, But anyway, no shade. Thanks for joining me for my IJR Q&A. And if you have any further questions, please reach out to me. Put my email here. And yeah, see you at IJBC.